Welcome everyone to The Deep Dive. I'm Chris.
And I'm Michelle.
We're both part of the MyChesco team, bringing you local news, info, and events for Chester County. So glad you can join us.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Today we're digging deep into Blobfest 2025.
Right.
For anyone who doesn't know, it's this amazing 3-day festival. It happens every year at the Colonial Theatre in Phoenixville. It's huge now.
It really is. And, calling it a cornerstone isn't an exaggeration. The whole thing celebrates the Colonial Theater's big moment in that 1958 sci-fi movie, The Blob.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not just talking about an old movie here. It's about how this one scene has grown into this massive annual tradition. It really affects Phoenixville, the whole county, actually.
Definitely. It shapes the town's identity, brings in visitors, helps the local economy. It touches people's lives here.
Exactly. It's a unique piece of our local history that just keeps on giving.
Absolutely. And hey, if you enjoy hearing about stories like this from our community, please give us a like or share this, subscribe maybe.
Yeah, it really helps us keep these deep dives going.
Okay, so Blobfest 2025. Let's get into the ooze.
Nice one. All right, so this is the 26th year. It's running July 11th to the 13th. That's a Friday through Sunday, all in Phoenixville.
And the theme this year is Camp Blobfest. They're calling it outrageously over the top, filled with nostalgia, thrills, and larger-than-life fun.
Sounds like peak Blobfest, honestly. Really leaning into that fun, campy horror thing.
Well, and it makes sense, right? Because the festival is so tied to the theater itself and its place in horror history. That famous scene...
Yeah, the run-out scene.
Exactly. Where everyone comes screaming out of the Colonial Theatre, fleeing the Blob. That image is just... It is Phoenixville in a weird way. The theater's practically a character.
You can almost picture it, can't you?
Yeah.
Jennifer Carlson, she is the executive director at the Colonial. She put it really well.
What did she say?
She said, Blobfest is more than just a celebration of such a classic film. It's a celebration of community, creativity, and the enduring legacy of the Colonial Theatre.
That nails it.
Yeah, and she mentioned how cool it is seeing generations of fans come together, embracing the weird, the wonderful, and the wonderfully weird.
That's the perfect description.
Yeah.
And thinking bigger picture, it really shows how pop culture history can spark something that brings a whole community together, right here in Chesco. And the Colonial Theatre, beyond Blobfest, I mean, it's a major nonprofit arts organization. It serves, over 70,000 people a year?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
With all sorts of programming. It's not just the Blob, even though that's his big claim to fame.
Yeah.
It really anchors the arts scene there.
Right. It shows how arts can really drive that community spirit and local pride. Okay, so Friday, July 11th, the kickoff.
Starts at 6 p.m. There's a stage show, which, by the way, completely sold out, instantly.
Wow.
Tells you how eager people are, right?
Wow.
And then the big one. The iconic run out. You just have to see the run out.
So for anyone new to this, what exactly is the run out? We keep mentioning it.
It's literally a reenactment of that scene. People gather inside. There's this whole buildup with Aurora Borealis, the horror hostess.
She's great. Honorary camp counselor this year, right?
That's her. So she gets everyone worked up, maybe tells some spooky stories around a pretend campfire, and then bam! Everyone runs screaming out of the theater doors, just like in the movie. It's organized chaos, but fun chaos.
It sounds amazing. Pure spectacle.
Totally. And Friday night also has live music from Beach Creeper. Plus, they announced the winners for the Shorties short film contest on stage.
Oh, cool. Local filmmakers get their moment.
Yeah. And then later on, for the 21-plus crowd.
Right. The Blob Ball. That starts at 9 p.m., hosted by Lulu's Boutique and Giftery.
Yeah, they turned the theater lobby into a 1950s sock hop. Vintage clothes, themed drinks, rock and roll. It's a proper throwback party. Great way to end the first night.
Sounds like a blast. Okay, so that energy must carry right over into Saturday?
Oh, absolutely. Saturday, July 12th is the Camp Blobfest. Saturday street fair. And this is totally free, which is awesome. Kicks off at 11 a.m.
And the day starts with the fire extinguisher parade.
Yes. 11 a.m. sharp. You get the PAHS marching band. Everyone's marching with fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
It's a nod to how they, fought the Blob in the movie. It's quirky and fun.
That's hilarious. And the street fair itself sounds like it's pretty big.
Huge. Over 70 vendors. You've got crafts, art, Blob stuff everywhere, food, plus live bands, DJs. It's a whole vibe.
Definitely a community celebration.
And don't forget the costume contest. That's at 1 p.m. at the main stage, Main and Bridge.
Okay, what's the deal with that? Can anyone enter?
Yep. Registration's at noon, costs $20. And you could dress up as anything Blob-related or other sci-fi horror movie monsters. even just 1950s style.
So lots of options. Who's judging?
Aurora Borealis is back, plus Knucklehead and Matt McGinnis. They look for creativity, how well it's made, originality, authenticity, how you sell it, showmanship.
Sounds serious, but fun serious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's family-friendly, G and PG rated costumes. You see little kids, adults, everyone getting into it. It's less about winning, more about just being part of the crazy spectacle. People love it.
While all that's happening outside, the Colonial is still busy inside, right? Showing movies.
Oh, yeah. Screenings of the original Blob, of course. And because it's so popular, they added a second run out on Saturday at 6:30 p.m.
Wow. Okay. Good move. What else is playing?
Let's see. Saturday's got Harry and the Hendersons, Evil Dead 2.
Cult classic.
Totally. Also, the 1980 Flash Gordon and Addams Family Values. So a real mix.
Something for everyone, sounds like. Now, you mentioned something about new additions this year, made possible by a grant.
Yes. This is really interesting, especially for the local community focus. The Colonial got an $8,000 grant from PECO. It's from their Equal Access to Arts and Culture program.
Okay, $8,000. How are they using it?
Well, a big part is outreach, specifically to Phoenixville's Hispanic community, which is fantastic.
How so? What are they doing?
They're offering completely free tickets to all the screenings of La Masa Devoradora.
Which is?
The Spanish-language version of the Blob.
Oh, brilliant. That's a great way to make it more accessible.
Exactly. Making sure more folks can come and be part of this, unique Phoenixville thing. And there's more.
Go on.
They've got DJ Jholi, who's a popular local Latin music DJ. He'll be spinning a set at the street fair on Saturday afternoon around 5 p.m.
Nice. Leading right
into that 6:30 p.m. screening of Lamasa Devora. It's a really cool way to bring different parts of the community together, celebrate diversity through the festival.
That really is fantastic. A great use of that grant money. Anything else from the grant?
Yes. Something completely new. A family fun zone.
Ooh, tell me more.
It's debuting at the Saturday Street Fair, running 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's designed specifically for the younger Blobfest fans, say ages 2 to 12.
What kind of stuff will be there?
Hands-on arts activities.
Yeah.
There's going to be a collaborative mural project with Barnstone Art for Kids, line dancing lessons with Feet First.
Line dancing, okay.
Yeah, and improv and movement classes with a local artist, Paul Dykman. Plus, face painting, friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
Classic kid fun, but with an artsy Blobfest twist.
That sounds perfect for families. It really connects the festival to, everyday family life in the area. Building the next generation of Blob fans, maybe.
Totally. Okay, so that brings us to Sunday, the final day, July 13th.
Doesn't slow down, does it?
Nope. Starts early with the 8th annual Blobfest 5K, 10K, and even a half marathon.
Wow, a half marathon too. Who organizes that?
Rita Gates puts it on. And it's cool because the race actually helps support the Colonial Theatre. Plus, every runner gets a Blob-themed medal.
Nice. Run for the Blob, support the arts.
Pretty much. Then after the races, people can catch a final screening of the Blob.
One last chance.
And they're also showing Gremlins 2, the new batch. It's the 35th anniversary.
Oh, cool. Anything special for that?
Yeah, a special video introduction from the director, Joe Dante.
Nice touch for the film geeks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then for something truly unique.
Oh, what now?
Matt McGinnis's movie, Riffing Melee, Camporama.
Matt McGinnis from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
The very same. He and his assistant, Roxy, are going to be live riffing 5 campy short films.
Okay, that sounds hilarious. But wait, there's more, isn't there?
There is. The riffing leads up to Blobfest's first ever wedding.
No, a wedding during the riffing.
Apparently. Getting married with MST3K style commentary. That's peak Blobfest weirdness right there. Wonderfully weird.
That is truly something else. You couldn't make it up. What about the short films from the contest, the ones judged Friday?
Good question. All the entries from this year's Shorties short film contest will play on a loop Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the White Rabbit Theater.
So people can see all the submissions? What were the rules again?
Under 3 minutes, family-friendly, sci-fi theme. And they had to include both a blob and a bonfire for the Camp Blobfest theme.
Ah, right. Makes sense. Categories were under 18, over 18, animation, and fan favorite.
That's it. So Sunday's a chance to see all that local creativity on display.
Okay, so wrapping it all up, what's the big takeaway for our listeners here in Chester County?
Well, I think Blobfest shows us it's way more than just a, quirky film fest. It really speaks to Phoenixville's community spirit, its love for the arts. It pulls everyone together, all ages, all backgrounds.
Yeah, it's this aha moment about how a town can take something unique about its history, something kind of weird, and turn it into this powerful, positive force.
Totally. It makes the Colonial Theatre this hub, right, for creativity, for community fun, and it even brings people into Chester County, which helps the whole area.
It's a fantastic example of how a local landmark and a cultural event can just ripple outwards.
So that pretty much wraps our deep dive into Blobfest 2025. We really hope you enjoyed hearing about this amazing local tradition. Maybe you're even planning to check it out now.
And a special shout out to William in East Goshen Township. Thanks so much for tuning in, William. We really appreciate you listening.
We do. And remember, for more on stories like this and everything else happening in Chester County, head over to mychesco.com. News, info, events, it's all there.
We drop a new deep dive every Monday, so please join us again next week.
And we'd love to know what you think. What's your favorite Blobfest memory? Or what movie are you hoping to catch this year? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, join the conversation.
Until next time, keep exploring all the fascinating stories happening right here in Chester County.